couple of hours away from kick-off here against Chelsea in the Papa John's Trophy, but it's not only match day, it's a very special day for groundsman Chaz. Chaz, congratulations on 10 years at Exeter City.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 10 years ago today, I started changed my career from golf into football. I actually signed in the boardroom. Taggy signed me in the boardroom. It was all very dramatic, not. And I joined the team here at Exeter. It was the day after the Liverpool game. I think we lost. There were some big names. I think Suarez was here and some big guy with long hair. Don't know who he was. Carroll. Andy Carroll, is it?
Andy Carroll, yeah.
Andy Carroll was here, yeah. I think they duffed us up a bit that day, but fair play. They're a decent team, and they've gone on to do pretty well, to be fair to them. So, yeah. So I started here, and I was clearing up after the Liverpool game.
And obviously that was before my time, but I think it was pretty bad weather, wasn't it? It was a bit of a mess after that game, the pitch?
Not that one. That was a different one. That was the FA Cup. That was a bit of a mess. It was a bit of a mess before, during, and after. I remember we were pulling all the stops. Everyone was panicking that day. That was a couple of years later, I think 2 or 3 years later, where we really shouldn't have played, but we obviously had to play because I think we were on at 7:30 on a Friday night on BBC One. So that was proper big time. And remember, Mr. Klopp was out there, stood in the muddiest part of the field, going, "This is going to be interesting," and it was interesting. It was a decent game, that one. So.
Yeah, I've seen some famous shots of Klopp in. I think it was it a tea room in the old stand here. 10 years. I mean, you're due a testimonial soon, but in that 10 years, that there must have been some really highs, lows, lots of decent memories of you doing your job. What would you say some of the best memories have been?
Just the sort of friendships, really, and the respect you get from people. The beauty about here is, you're paid to do a job and you're left alone to do the job, because everyone else is doing their job. And the camaraderie, the team spirit that generated right the way across the club. Obviously, when I initially helped the club out, they just come out of the troubled eras financially, and a good friend of mine lived in the same village. Paul Buckle asked me if I would come up and have a look at the pitch. They asked for my help. Obviously, being a groundsman in a different code of sport, we got chatting on the beach. Our kids were the similar ages, so and I came up and started to give a bit of advice and help the guys out at the time where I could. And I think I could have come then to work for them, but if I'm honest, I was a bit nervous. They'd been in trouble, and I was in a very stable job at a place, so I chose to just offer my help. I was very lucky enough to be introduced to a Steve Perryman, who some may know, who was my childhood hero. I used to be Steve Perryman on the school playground, and it was a bit strange to meet him, and then going on to become a friend, and we still speak every now and then now, so it was it's been a really enjoyable 10 years. I've made some really great friends, and the pitch has its ups and downs, days where you're never expected to get a game on, and you get a game on and you wish you hadn't, but that's the nature of being in a professional sport. When the fans are baying at the door and the players are ready to go, sometimes you play on it when, in an ideal world you wouldn't. And then days like today where, we can stick our chests out and be proud of what we've produced, not on a massive budget. We're still constrained financially, which is not a bad thing, because you could easily just throw money around left, right and centre. But I think, this pitch we spent money really wisely, and I've really enjoyed being a part of that. And using every skill I've got, every contact I've got to make sure that Exeter get the best surface we can get for the most sensible amount of money, and something that will keep us going for another 10 years. Which I might just make another 10 years if my legs keep walking me along behind my mower.
Well, here's hoping. I mean, obviously we saw that the restoration of the pitch in the summer, and since you've been here, the ground's changed with the new stagecoach stand and the new away end. I mean, the work we saw put into the summer, how many restorations in those 10 years have you worked on this pitch?
Yeah, that was the first really big one. In recent years, we've had contractors in to assist us because the gear is not something that we haven't got the tractors for it to go behind. In the early years, we did our own and we did the best we possibly could, and we felt we really pulled the stops out in the early days when some of the machinery was quite new, and we were confident enough, Clive and myself, to have a go. And I can remember one Sunday we were having finals on the pitch, and literally as the kids were getting their presentations, we were warming the tractors up on their way end, and we started that night, and we worked well into the night that evening, and then finished off on the Monday. So we had some really exciting times, some pretty impressive end of season do's in the old 100 club. I seem to regularly miss the last train home, much to the annoyance of my beautiful girlfriend, long-suffering girlfriend, who would come and pick me up, and I'd get in the car and she would say to me, I know you'd do it for me, but shut up. So I had to go home, shut up. But yeah, I would do it for her as well. But yeah, some really, really great memories so far, and hopefully we'll make some great memories going forward, interspersed with some proper old school hard work.
Well, like you said, it's been 10 years, and here's to 10 years more. And I think I said earlier, I think you deserve a testimonial. So let's make it happen. I think that's something we'd all like to see.
I don't think we'll with that, shall we? Shall we just keep cracking on and doing the best we can in our own job? And yeah, I'll be quite happy just to be looking at this in 10 years' time and being as proud of it in 10 years that I am today.
And so you should be. Right, I know you were mowing when we interrupted you, so I'll let you go back and do that and put the final preparations in place for tonight's game.
Yeah, off I go, and I'm not sure I think we got Balti pies tonight. Balti pies. Very
nice. And we've just had a chicken order in as well. So everyone's stomachs are full. Match ready. Chaz, thanks a lot.
All good.